Good morning, everybody. How are you? Happy Friday. I'm so grateful to be here today. I missed you all very much yesterday, but things happen, and I'm not going to go into that. Yesterday's gone, right? We got this now moment, and I am so grateful to be here right now with you. My name is Samantha, and I'm coming to you on behalf of EPIC. EPIC is empowering people and inspiring community. We are a publication, EPIC is a publication that gives voice to the gifts that you bring, that gives voice to your mission. So we're here to be your voice as we empower and inspire each other. Again, my name is Samantha. For those of you just joining, let me know you're here. Okay. The only way I know I'm live and not talking to myself is through your comments. Lisa, the co-creator and co-publisher of Epic Tri-County CT, is at her home working the feed. Please let Lisa know how you're doing today. Scale of 1 to 10. I hope you're a 10. If you're not, I hope you're closer to a 10 by the end of this broadcast than you were when we started. So let us know a scale of 1 to 10. How are you doing today on this beautiful Friday morning, right? Summer, you can feel summer in the air. I'm so excited. Some of the restrictions are being lifted, so we're a little bit freer to roam about the universe. So, anyway, enough rattling. I want to let everybody know that if you're feeling isolated, if you're feeling alone, Epic Tri County CT is here for you. If you need to talk to somebody, if you need prayer, if you just want some healing words, just a conversation, reach out. Our contact information is on our Facebook page and website, www.epictricountyct.com. The phone number is 860-359-2244. Call, text. We're here for you, okay? We're here to rise you up because we believe that all ships rise together. And as we navigate this new world, I need to real quickly tell you something, share with you something that our co-creator Lisa wrote in an email. And I think this is going to be like become our epic, I don't know, motto, whatever it is. She said the world we are waking up to is going to be amazing as long as we hold on long enough, believe strong enough, and shout loud enough. It's going to be epic. So we're here to shout for you. We're here to hold on. We're here to rise you up. And with me today, I have a beautiful guest I'm going to be bringing on. Her name is Allison Raymunt from Allisons Animal Academy. And just briefly talking to Allison before the broadcast, what I found, and I'm sure you're going to find, is when I do bring her on, a compassionate, loving woman who really, truly has a divine connection with all that she touches, whether it be your fur babies, your reptiles, your whatever it people, she has a way of connecting through her soul when you meet her. So I'm going to bring Allison from Allison's Animal Academy into our broadcast. So please give her some love and some light, some epic love. Here we go. Yay.
Hi.
Hi. I
Hi.
love I love when I see my guest face pop on the screen. It's like, yes, angels, you heard our prayer, right? We have the technological support today.
Yay.
So
Um,
yeah, thank
I,
you.
I will tell you I'm a 10 today.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah,
10.
yeah. Me too. I am too. I do feel good today, and I'm so glad that we're here together. I met you, quote unquote, because I don't know if we've ever met personally, but through the Women Empowering Women group. Which if people don't know about that, Women Empowering Women, reach out to Doreen Dilger. She has an amazing platform to
Yeah.
help empower and inspire. So, about you, Allison, we know that the name of your business is Allison's Animal Academy, and that kind of gives us a little insight about who you are and what you do. But really, truly, how did you get to where you are now? A little bit about you and your soul's journey.
So like anybody, my path has not been straight. It, It has been up, it's been down, it's been all over. And I definitely, being here is not where I thought I was going to be. I mean, when I graduated from college, I had a job as a training as a financial advisor. So I went from a financial advisor to owning my own business, working as a dog trainer, following my soul's purpose, realizing this was my soul's purpose, and working in corporate America for 10 years. Like, it's been up and down. So,
That's a good change. That's
well,
a good change.
what I found, like, I was like a lot of people. I was raised to think that you have to follow the path to work 9 to 5, work in the corporate world, have health insurance, have salary, do all of this stuff. That's what I was raised to do. My degree in college was in management, was in business management. So that's what was ingrained. And I'm not saying there's something wrong with it.
Right.
I'm just saying it wasn't my path, because as a kid, I would be out in nature. I'd be riding my bike everywhere. I'd be swimming. I was a very active child. I was always outdoors. And so I went from that to being in a cubicle. And how I got to my first business in dog walking and pet sitting, I was working in corporate America, and they were doing their reorganization and they eliminated my position, and I got a really good severance package.
Right.
And I knew it was coming. I knew, because I could feel it coming, because a couple months before it came, I already was starting the business. Like, I had started the website, I started ordering business cards, I started all this stuff. So when you can feel that something's happening, you just don't know what it is. And I was like, something's happening. I know something's happening. And when it happened, I was like, okay.
Yeah, right.
I've already got a plan. I wasn't sad. I mean, I cried, I mourned. When you have to mourn, it's a loss.
Yeah.
And I did that. I worked with animals, and I was happy. It was an uphill. Not that it wasn't a challenge, but I was very happy with what I was doing. And then, I wanted to do other things, and I closed the business, moved to Charleston for a couple of years, met some wonderful people. Met a shaman, her name's Wendy, and she had made me realize that my soul's purpose was to work with animals. Mm-hmm. Not that I didn't realize that I wasn't enjoying working with animals, but she made me realize your soul's purpose is working with animals. You are a healer with animals, and you need to look at animal Reiki in dog training. I had no idea what animal Reiki was. Like, I've heard of Reiki with people. I've had Reiki. I love Reiki. She's like, you need to look at animal Reiki in dog training. And so I'm like, like, she told me, I can't even tell you how many times she would tell me this after I'd pull my cards at her meditations and stuff like that. She's like, you really need to look at this. It just wasn't happening. It wasn't happening. I was not ready yet. And then it just clicked at a certain point, and I'm like, I got to start doing this. And so it was just kind of like, it was time. I wasn't happy. I was back working in an office, and my soul was just crushed. It was, I was unhappy. I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't sleeping. And I was back to where I was without realizing it when I was in corporate America. And it wasn't even a corporation. It was a small business. And it was a lesson. We have to take these lessons to realize that, I was repeating. But I wasn't realizing it, because but I knew that I was supposed to whether I was supposed to realize my soul's path and realize learn animal Reiki and become a dog trainer, which I'm so happy about all of this, because now I get to take animal Reiki, I get to take dog training and what I've learned as a dog walker and all of my experience and mesh them together.
I get to create Allison's Animal Academy.
Right.
And there could be 1,000 other people doing this, but you bring it as Allison, and that's what's important. It's your whole soul is in it, and you listen to that calling. It may have taken a few times, like all of us. I
Right.
think corporate America, many of our friends, corporate America, do what we're supposed to do, and there's just something missing. So bless you for being vulnerable, and I know we talked about that, vulnerable, and taking that chance and saying, you know what, this is what I've come here to do. And when you don't follow that path, you can feel that sickening, like almost a suffocation. That
Yes.
I was getting a sense that you were feeling, like being suffocated.
Yeah.
So you've meshed this beautiful animal Reiki, which is different than human Reiki,
Yeah.
obviously, and also dog training.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about what you do with the animals? And I know each one's different, but explain what this is, this package that you've created. What is that, and how does it work for families and for babies?
So, so the dog training comes from a science perspective. So, you have the science background, the science training on working with it, like, different techniques and stuff like that. My background in learning dog training is positive reinforcement, force free dog training. So, just going into that, I take that education and present that the owner, the parents, we'll call it, and
Mhm.
working with them, going over the manners and stuff like that. Your typical dog training, but also implementing into that animal Reiki, and I use that with my dog training and my dog walking. So, for example, if I'm doing a puppy playtime walk, and a puppy is having some separation, having some, isn't reacting well to our leash training, and is having some issues because they're having some separation anxiety, and doing all my training that I know, and that isn't working. I'll go in and I'll sit down with the dog, and I've done this, and just kind of share the energy and just be like, okay, here's what we're going to do. Because the science background isn't working. The dog is not reacting to all the training that I have. And so I'm going to share the energy and have this dog, whatever he needs from me, whatever is bothering him. I'm not going to force something on him. I'm not going to say, I'm going to fix this for you.
Right.
Like I know what it is. I'm just going to let you take whatever you are. And then within 2 or 3 minutes, the dog is laying by my side.
Right.
I kid you not, this is what has happened. And so, and I've done that with, 8-year-old dogs that are just, not wanting to go outside to go to the bathroom. They don't want to leave because they're upset their owners are gone for the day.
Yeah.
And then when they're all ready to go outside, because they know after they go potty, then we're going to go back inside and do some Reiki, and they're licking my face. And these are not dogs that are like that, and they're like, because I'll ask them, I'll go, do you want to go inside and do you want to have some Reiki? And they look at me and they trot to the house.
So you're connecting with them. You're actually
Yes.
meshing your energies. You're becoming one
Yes.
with the animal's soul, and they're becoming one with your soul. And from there, it creates that relationship, right? That
Yes.
intertwined, energetic connection.
Yes.
And I think that's beautiful that you had explained a little bit about working with cats. Now you work with the dogs primarily, or also what scope?
I work with all animals, but I mostly work with dogs, and I'm now offering just animal Reiki, whatever people want. I've done a Reiki session with alpacas that are in Woodbury, so I'm expanding out because I'm now certified in animal Reiki too and stuff. So I'm offering that long distance. Since we're all quarantined, I'm offering it long distance as well.
Mm-hmm.
So and it's for anybody. Any animals can, share in animal Reiki. So
Right.
animal Reiki is for any animals. With dogs and dog training and stuff like that. I do pet sitting. I don't do that as much, as I do the dog training and dog walking and the animal Reiki. Animal Reiki could be used with cats too.
Right,
But
right.
yeah, so I just haven't done pet sitting in a while. One, because people aren't going away.
It- you could sit for them while we go to the dining room, right? We're going out for dinner. We're going to the dining room. Yeah. No pet sitting necessary right now, right? Um, so tell me a little bit. Tell us a little bit. Well, first, let me back up a little bit. Lisa's going to be sharing your contact information. So if anybody's interested in the dog training, the animal Reiki, they're going to have a way to contact you through your website and the information you shared. So please
Yep.
reach out to Allison. Um, but tell me a little bit. What's your connection with the cardinal?
Oh, the cardinal.
The
So,
cardinal.
so I see. So I see cardinals all the time, and I've come to realize that the cardinal is my my angels, but also my family that's passed away looking over me.
Mm-hmm.
That's my relationship to cardinals. And I see birds, but I also will tell you hummingbirds. I haven't seen hummingbirds in a really, really long time, but I realize that's one of my I did a long time ago, I did a meditation with a friend, and one of the birds that I saw in this meditation was a hummingbird, and it was supposed to be one of my. I can't remember if it was my totem animal or my power animal, but it was a hummingbird. So I believe I have a very special connection to birds.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter which bird it is. I see them all the time. Not that they're not out there, but it's just like they're all over. Like two birds one time, two beautiful yellow birds were just hanging out in on a chair while I was sitting there, and they were just together, looking in the window. And I'm like, this is so beautiful. It's so beautiful.
Mhm. It's
So
like they're drawn to us. They're drawn to you, especially to all of
right.
us. If we just open our eyes and listen. I know that sounds weird. Open your eyes and listen, but really, we're being shown, just like you were shown your soul's path, your
Yeah.
soul's purpose, right? You were shown that, and it took you a little while to get on that path. But now that you're like that hummingbird, right? You're fast forward. You're going. You're in your
Right.
lane, as Anne Barenti would say. You're in your lane.
Yes.
You're
Yes.
in your lane, right?
Yes.
So as this COVID came upon us, I know that you wrote here a little bit that you knew from the moment that it started that we were going to be okay. Can you tell us how you're caring for yourself a little bit, and maybe some tips on how you are taking care of Allison right now and your beloved pets that I know are in the room with you?
So I try sitting down and being just like sitting in meditation is still a very hard thing for me. It's because I have always been one of those people that's kind of got like a scattered thing. And when I go into meditation, I actually fall asleep. which which is what I did. It's just like I fall asleep, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. And so that's kind of what I do. I've gotten better at just going into that. But I also find that when I'm with my animals, like when I'm walking them or out in nature, that's also a meditation for me, because I'm being surrounded by what's beautiful and just observing it, and just kind of being, I don't want to say still, but just kind of being present is what it is for me. And so that's kind of what I've done as well. I've also taken the energy, and I've always loved being creative, but just kind of taking that energy and just painting. I was painting a lot. I haven't done it in a while because we're starting to go back out, and so getting back in my business, but being very creative and taking that energy and just kind of like putting it into art,
Mm-hmm.
making something and creating something that's beautiful,
Mm-hmm.
and painting, finishing artwork, and not really drawing. My drawing isn't that great, but painting and just doing something that's beautiful.
Yeah.
And then reading. I've been reading through books like you wouldn't even believe.
I know. I'm a reader. I love to read also. And I
Right.
think that by you sharing that creative outlet, mentioning that we haven't mentioned it in a while, but whether you're an experienced painter or you can sketch or you cannot, there's always ways that you can be creative. And creativity is such a beautiful outlet for the energies maybe that we're feeling and transferring that. It's like a transference of your soul from the inside onto a canvas or onto a flower pot or whatever it is. So thank you for sharing that also. Um, I think it's amazing what you do with the fur babies. We talked a little bit about I've had dogs in the past, and I have my beloved 11-year-old cat. Um, but I always honor, just like the nurses that are taking care of our patients right now, those frontliners. I've always had a special place in my heart for people who work directly with animals because I believe that it takes a level of compassion and vulnerability, as that word comes up again, and patience. So thank you for doing that. In turn, by helping these animals, by becoming one with these fur babies, it literally radiates from the animal to the family. So you're not only working with the animal, the dog, you're actually changing the vibration of that whole family unit. So bless you for that. It's like our ripple, their ripple is the same thing. So thank you for
which is
that.
always been a goal, whether they want to utilize my services or somebody else's services. It's always about having the highest quality of life for that animal so that they can have that bond for the rest of the life of the animal, because
Mhm.
that's what it's about. It's about education and compassion and love for them and for the whole entire family.
For
And
the
so,
family.
and I've always said, even when I had my first business, I was like, even if you don't want to utilize my services, if you have any question and I can answer your question, I will do my best, because that's what this is about. And so I've always, that's why I do blogs and I try to do newsletters and I try to do things on my Facebook page. That's what I care about, and that's what any pet care person should care about, is providing that service, because that's what we want, to help those animals so that we see they all have homes and they're not returned because they have some kind of behavior issue that can be prevented. And so that's just what my goal has always been. And I try to put, I don't want to say push that across, but communicate that.
Right, convey. Right.
Yeah,
Bring
right.
it in. Bring it up.
Yes, to everybody. And I sometimes I may not do that in the best way.
I can hear them in the background. I
Yeah,
love it.
they're getting a little feisty.
I love it. What's their names?
It's Mojo, Devin, and Jackson.
Nice. Nice. I love it.
Mojo's the female. Devin and Jackson are brothers from the same litter.
What kind of dogs are they?
Devin and Jackson are Boston Terriers, and Mojo is what they call a bug,
Oh,
which is a Boston Terrier pug mix.
I love it. A bug. I love it. I love it. And I love speaking with you. And thank you for taking this time. I know that this is just a preliminary connection, and you're not going anywhere. We're connected now. Um, so thank you for being part of the epic mission also of being the voice for the pets, being the voice for other business owners, helping each other rise up. That's what our mission is. And I hear that same vibration in what you just shared with us. So thank you, thank you, thank you.
Thank
So
you.
as we begin to wind down, um, I generally ask an impromptu question if I'm drawn to it, and it's not a matter of having a favorite animal, but what's your most unique experience as an animal Reiki practitioner that you want to share with us? It doesn't have to be your favorite, but your most unique.
I think it's kind of what I had told you, what you and I talked about when I was first learning animal Reiki at the sanctuary. And I think it's a good example of kind of trusting and being present, which when I was learning, when I was first learning animal Reiki, when I was in South Carolina, and we went to Cotton Branch Sanctuary. I want to share that because it's a beautiful sanctuary in South Carolina.
Thank you.
And one of the things we did is we would sit with the animals and share our energy with them. And one of the animals that I sat with was pigs. It was like over 200 pigs in a pig pen. Now these pigs, all the animals at this sanctuary are rescued, and these pigs were rescued from a place they had no human interaction. I mean, they had none. The first interaction they had were with the people at the sanctuary, and so they had slowly integrated them with people. In order to have the best sharing of energy with them, we didn't have to, but we could go into the pen and sit with them. And so that's what I decided to do, was take a blanket and go sit in there with these 200 pigs that I had never met before. I didn't know anything about them. And so I just laid my blanket down and sat there and just started to share the energy. And whatever pigs wanted to share that energy with me would. And it was a very different experience, because these pigs that would just come and sniff me, would be behind me, would be around me. And I just trusted that I would be okay. That they wouldn't, I don't want to say attack me, but
Oh,
that,
you were in right. You were in
that
the middle of a herd.
right, that nothing would happen. And I didn't think for a second that that would happen. I just thought, I'm going to share this energy. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to meditate. And whatever energy they want to take from me is what they're going to take. And that's it. And that's kind of the mindset that I had started to go into, and the trust that I went into. And I'm very grateful for that I didn't. And you and I talked about the mindset and the being protected, and my angels were with me. I had done we had the conversation before, and it wasn't even, there was no second thought that anything would happen to me. It was just going to be like, okay, I'm going to sit here and that's it. And I'm so grateful for that opportunity.
Right.
So I guess that would be one of the unique situations that I had.
If you want to see a picture of Allison, go onto her website that we're sharing in the feed. There's a picture of Allison sitting with the pigs. Yeah, so thank you for showing up for E.P.I.C. Thank you for showing up for our animals. I want to wish everybody a happy, safe, fun weekend that's upon us. Please remember, as always, to stay healthy, stay happy, stay you, and stay tuned. And peace out, E.P.I.C. Scouts. Thank you.